Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Monday, March 30th, 2020. Your journal today is this month. I liked learning about blank because blank. Please make sure you draw a picture of you learning what you enjoyed this month and make sure it's in your notebook so that I can see it when we return to school. I hope you all had a great weekend. Saturday was a beautiful day. I went for a walk. I did tons of yard work. And yesterday, because of the rain and the yucky weather, just hung out, stayed in my PJs all day, and I read a book. So today we are going to do our read aloud, and then I'm going to teach you about synonyms. So here's our morning read aloud. Owen, and it's written by Kevin Hanks. And this week we're going to do an author study. All our stories will be written by Kevin Hanks. Owen had a fuzzy yellow blanket. He had it since he was a baby. He loved it with all his heart. Fuzzy goes where I go, said Owen, and Fuzzy did. Upstairs, downstairs, in between, inside, outside, upside down. Fuzzy likes what I like, said Owen, and Fuzzy did. Orange juice, grape juice, chocolate milk, ice cream, peanut butter, applesauce. Isn't he getting a little old to be carrying that thing around? Asked Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of the blanket fairy? Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezer filled them in. That night, Owen's parents told Owen to put Fuzzy under his pillow. In the morning, Fuzzy would be gone, but the blanket fairy would leave an absolutely wonderfully, positively perfect, especially terrific big boy gift in its place. Owen stuffed Fuzzy inside his pajama pants and went to sleep. No blanket fairy, said Owen in the morning. No kidding, said Owen's mother. No wonder, said Owen's father. Fuzzy's dirty, said Owen's mother. Fuzzy's torn and ratty, said Owen's father. No, said Owen. Fuzzy's perfect. And Fuzzy was. Fuzzy played Captain Plunger with Owen. Fuzzy helped Owen become invisible. And Fuzzy was essential when it came to nail clippings and haircuts and trips to the dentist. Can't be a baby forever, said Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of the vinegar trick? Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezer filled them in. That doesn't sound like a good thing. When Owen wasn't looking, his father dipped Owen's favorite corner of Fuzzy's into a jar of vinegar. Owen sniffed it and smelled it and sniffed it. He picked a new favorite corner. Then he rubbed the smelly corner all around his sandbox, buried it in the garden, and dug it up again. Good as new, said Owen. Fuzzy wasn't very fuzzy anymore, but Owen didn't mind. He carried it and wore it and dragged it. He sucked it, he hugged it, and twisted it. What are we going to do? Asked Owen's mother. School is starting soon, said Owen's father. Can't bring a blanket to school, said Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of saying no? Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezer filled them in. I have to bring Fuzzy to school, said Owen. No, said Owen's mother. No, said Owen's father. Owen buried his face in Fuzzy. He started to cry and would not stop. Don't worry, said Owen's mother. It'll be all right, said Owen's father. And then suddenly Owen's mother said, I have an idea. It was an absolutely wonderful, positively perfect, especially terrific idea. First she snipped, and then she sewed, and then she snipped again and sewed some more. So she's cutting this blanket and sewing it. Snip, 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 sew, sew, sew. Dry your eyes, wipe your nose, hooray, hooray, hooray. Now Owen carries one of his not-so-fuzzy handkerchiefs with him everywhere he goes. So she took his big blanket and made it into tiny squares so he can just carry the tiny square in his pocket. And no one will see it. And Mrs. Tweezers didn't say a thing because she has her own. Okay, so I am going to talk to you today about synonyms. And synonyms are words that mean the same thing. So let me just set up our paper here. Okay. So today we are looking at the synonyms, and those are words that mean the same. Okay? So, for example, let me get another color marker. Let's get out. Let's do green. Okay? So if I said the word small, and I asked you for a word that means the same as small, we could use little. And this one actually has two of them, or we could say tiny. Okay? These are synonyms. Okay? If I said messy, we think of a word that means the same. Okay, I am all messy, or I am all dirty. Okay, we could use the word friend. He is my friend. Another word for friend is he's my buddy. Okay, we could use the word correct. I got all my math problems correct, or I got all my math problems right. Okay, so we're talking about synonyms, and those are words that mean the same. All right, so today what you're going to do is you are going to set up your notebook as like this. And I gave you 10 words and 10 synonyms at the bottom. And I would like you to write the 10 words and then pick one of the synonyms from the bottom and write it next to the word at the top. All right? I will see all of you this afternoon with our afternoon math lesson and our afternoon read aloud. Have a good morning.